including the CryptoZoo disappointment. Are we going to talk about like all the other dink doink? Are we going to talk about the body? Are we going to talk about all the other allegations that Logan Paul has against himself? That is the face of a man that knows this is going to be put in a YouTube video on a channel that has 3 million subscribers. That's how you know. That's the face of a man that knows that he just got caught. That's the face of a man that knows that he has made a continuous lapse in his judgment. What a snake. What a Weasley little liar, dude. What a Weasley little liar, dude. I don't feel bad for any of these people. They're complete idiots. How many times is Logan going to get involved in a potential scam until we just outright say it? Logan is cool with these companies that are shady as shit. Like, he is either willfully ignorant or allegedly he's totally cool with these companies.
You're suing a man and you end it with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum!
Oh, I'm fucking mad.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
The Logan Paul lawsuit, okay? So, if you don't remember, I covered a couple of months ago the CoffeeZilla expose of, CryptoZoo. And how Logan Paul essentially scammed all of his audience involving CryptoZoo, dropped the project, and the project was essentially hijacked by a bunch of scammers that Logan Paul brought on. CoffeeZilla made an in-depth video on Logan Paul. Logan Paul responded to CoffeeZilla, accusing him of lying and all this other shit, took it back and said, we will refund the CryptoZoo holders. CoffeeZilla, for the past few months, has been tweeting out, where's the refund? Where's the refund? Where's the refund like you promised? Logan never delivered on this. So, Coffee's been taking a hardened stance on Logan. Problem is that Logan Paul, the genius WWE All-American athlete, the guy who recorded a dead body hanging from a tree, is now suing CoffeeZilla for potential defamation and slander. Which is crazy because I remember a bunch of clips, a bunch of tweets, a bunch of videos of Logan saying Coffee did a great investigation into his and he owns up to the fact that Coffee was very thorough and good faith within it. And now he's suing CoffeeZilla for defamation. Very interesting tactic, Logan. Let's see how Coffee responds to this.
Logan Paul is suing me for CryptoZoo only a year after he thanked me for it. Rather than pay back his victims fully, Logan would rather publicly humiliate himself in court by accusing me of defaming him. He's hired 5 lawyers to sue me, which he hopes will stop me from exposing him again. You see, only hours before this lawsuit was filed, I had reached out to Logan Paul about a new investigation into one of his companies, which is just hours before this lawsuit was filed, I had reached out to Logan.
The funniest shit, isn't that card fake? Didn't Logan like buy a bunch of fake Pokemon cards and he didn't know that they were fake? Didn't that happen to him? He got like a rare shiny Charizard card that was worth like $1 million or something, and it ended up being fake. Isn't that what happened? Oh God, I love Logan. I love that so much for him.
Paul about a new investigation into one of his companies, which has just been accused by the Canadian government of being a multi-layered fraud in Canada. I obviously had questions, but before I was able to get answers, Logan's team of lawyers showed up to silence me. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to go through this lawsuit. I'm going to tell you how to support us if you want, because while I didn't think I'd need help, I was wrong. But before we get to my mistake, let's start with Logan's. This lawsuit is not about Logan Paul getting defamed. Instead, this is about him trying to dodge accountability, victims, and blame anyone but himself for his problems, especially me. This lawsuit says Logan Paul wants to hold me accountable.
Hold on. Throughout the ups and downs of his career, including the CryptoZoo disappointed, Paul has learned to believe in the importance of accountability. Bro, the amount of money that Logan Paul's lawyers probably get paid to write that when they goddamn know that's not real is the funniest I've ever heard in my entire life. Throughout the ups and downs of his career, including the CryptoZoo disappointment, are we going to talk about like all the other dink doink? Are we going to talk about the body? Are we going to talk about all the other allegations that Logan Paul has against himself? This is great. I love it. I love the fact that the Logan Paul lawyers get paid so much money that they will just it for him in this. I love it. Paul brings this defamation suit to hold CoffeeZilla accountable for his actions and to hold him liable for the immense harm that has caused Paul's reputation throughout the intentional and reckless dissemination of defamatory falsehoods. This is the ultimate cope written by a lawyer and by Logan. I know Naughty has the full lawsuit. I probably won't read over all of it, but send it over anyways.
For my actions. But what actions are those? Holding him accountable? It's ironic because his lawyers claim Logan has learned to believe in the importance of accountability.
That is such Logan Paul has never learned accountability his entire life, okay? The whole, I've made a serious and continuous lapse in my judgment with the fake crying showed me that Logan has no idea what accountability is. He has holes in his fucking head, for God's sake.
But accountability for who? Currently, Logan is fighting the victims of CryptoZoo in court, and now he's fighting the journalist who exposed them in the first place. Personally, I believe Logan has learned nothing from this except how to silence people with the law. But I won't be silenced, because Logan's lawsuit makes no sense. We're gonna go through it because from the beginning, there's problems. Logan's 5 lawyers tried to discredit.
I'm curious what this reads. Plaintiff Logan Paul, a globally recognized entertainer, athlete, and entrepreneur. Fair, that is what he's known for, but God, when you just read it out loud in a full-blown document, right? When you read it out, written by lawyers, it is the cringiest shit in the world. Plaintiff Logan Paul, a globally recognized entertainer, athlete, and entrepreneur. Yes, he is those things, but reading it out loud makes me want to throw up. Brings a defamation action against defendant CoffeeZilla, a self-described investigative journalist and internet detective with no actual journalism training or private investigator's license, to hold him accountable for maliciously and repeatedly publishing false statements accusing Paul of operating a scam in connection with a troubled blockchain project called CryptoZoo. Logan, you're the one who hired everybody for the CryptoZoo scam. You hired them all. You have a history of getting into meme tokens and false tokens to scam the audience. You did not deliver on this project. You effectively scammed these people and promoted this product to your audience. Like, I don't get how this is defamation.
Credit me as a journalist. They paint me as someone who wanted money. They say I had a false and malicious narrative. But you know who doesn't believe that? You know who secretly praises me behind the scenes?
This journalist, YouTuber, crypto uncoverer guy named CoffeeZilla, who's incredible, by the way. A very thorough, good-hearted, smart guy.
You've got to be shitting. Remember, guys, CoffeeZilla is not to be trusted here. CoffeeZilla isn't thorough. He's not an investigative journalist. But according to Logan, he's a good-hearted, smart, and thorough investigator of the crypto space. Crazy, Logan.
Did a deep dive into this project that I attempted to make called CryptoZoo.
That's right, it's Logan Paul. He's the biggest enemy of Logan Paul's defamation case. Who knew? Because defamation requires actual malice and a reckless disregard for the truth, but he just admitted on camera that I am thorough and good-hearted. Maybe that's why he wanted to remove that video from the internet, according to the YouTuber who released it.
The only issue that was ever communicated was remove this crypto stuff, remove this CryptoZoo stuff. If CryptoZoo is in there, CoffeeZilla.
Look at his face. Look at his face. The dude is saying, oh, well, we had a great time. The only thing I had to remove, and you said it multiple times, remove that CryptoZoo stuff, remove that CryptoZoo stuff, remove that CryptoZoo stuff. You can see the smile just drain, and the blood just drain out of Logan's face. He's like, I'm about to sue CoffeeZilla. We're gonna go back.
Thorough and good-hearted. Maybe that's why he wanted to remove that video from the internet, according to the YouTuber who released it.
The only issue that was ever communicated was remove this crypto stuff, remove this CryptoZoo stuff. If CryptoZoo is in there, CoffeeZilla's in there, I'm not going to promote it.
Look at that face. That is the face of a man that knows this is going to be put in a YouTube video on a channel that has 3 million subscribers. That's how you know. That's the face of a man that knows that he just got caught. That's the face of a man that knows that he has made a continuous lapse in his judgment.
In there, I'm not going to promote it.
Yeah, remove that CryptoZoo stuff, that CoffeeZilla stuff. Doesn't look good when you compliment the guy you're trying to sue. Maybe that's why Logan isn't even suing me for my original investigation at all, despite most of this lawsuit being a ridiculous fanfic about how I took Logan out of context, that Logan was a victim, that I withheld text messages. Logan isn't suing me for any of the original investigation, though, because he knows he can't. Instead, at the end of the lawsuit, we find what my defamation really is. I'm being sued for 2 videos and 1 tweet where I advocated for refunds for the victims.
I don't know how you could sue someone for advocating for a refund when Logan himself put out a video saying we're going to work to refund everybody in CryptoZoo, burn tokens, and get that money back. Didn't he say that? I could have swore there was something along the lines that Logan was like, we are going to refund the people that lost out. Am I crazy? Didn't he do that like a year ago? And Coffee's doing follow-ups on the refund that was promised by Logan. So where is the defamation? Where's the defamation? Where the fuck is it? Where is it? I'm so confused where the defamation is. Is it under the bed? Is it under the pillow? I don't know where the fuck it is.
Yes, you heard me right. Logan Paul sued me after I tried to get his fans, the CryptoZoo investors, a full refund. Remember, there are two parts to CryptoZoo, the NFTs and the Zoo tokens, and Logan chose only to refund the NFTs, which is a minority of the losses, and I had a major problem with that. I told Logan this, I've stated over and over my opinion, that it is disappointing for someone as rich as Logan to not make things fully right, and instead only pay back a small part of the losses while fighting the rest of the victims in court.
Which is fair. Logan goes, I will make sure these people are made whole. Burns the NFTs. That is a small percentage, just like Coffee said, a small percentage of the loss. Logan is a multi-millionaire that can shit out the money that these people lost easily. This isn't Boogie, who's broke and going to die soon, which pray on fucking Christ earth that he does. But like, this isn't the same situation. Logan, he lost them millions of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars these people lost because they expected a finished product that was never delivered. And now Logan's suing all of these people because they're calling it out? That is an insane thing to do.
And it's those videos and tweet where I ask for refunds, which I'm being sued for. The first video in question is about Logan Paul not paying out refunds for 6 months. The second video was about Logan's partial refund, having a clause to make sure you couldn't sue him for the rest of your refund. And the tweet, I simply said, Logan's the type of guy to thank you for exposing a scam and block you when you remind him to pay up. I mean, yeah, now he's the type of guy to then sue you. Now, I'm sure Logan doesn't like it when I say things like Logan's victims or Logan's scam, but I have a question. If they're not Logan's victims, whose victims are they? Even Logan admits they are victims. He told me via text, just thought we had the same goal of helping victims instead of a divisive social media war. So he agrees people have...
Oh my God, the cope. Copy, just thought we had the same goal of helping victims, not a decisive social media war. Has Coffee, has Coffee done anything else that I am aware of that would be against the victims? And say that he wanted this only for clout and money. At any point has Coffee made any sort of indication that he wasn't fighting on behalf of the victims of CryptoZoo, where he constantly has tweeted out, hey Logan, when are you going to refund the victims of CryptoZoo? Hey Logan, when are you going to refund the CryptoZoo people? Hey Logan, when are you going to refund? Hey Logan, when are you going to refund? That's all for the victim's sake. Coffee doesn't get any money out of that. Where is the social media war? Logan, you're the one that's suing the guy that is now going to start a social media war. You're the one that kicked this off.
Victims. He told me via text, just thought we had the same goal of helping victims instead of a divisive social media war. So he agrees people have been wronged by his game. You know, the thing that he said will earn you money.
It's a really fun game that makes you money.
So how are these not...
I don't know how a fun game entails that you get random AI generated pictures of animals, like a panda bear with butterfly wings. How is that a fun game? These people are idiots. These people are idiots. It's a fun game, you know. You get an egg and then it hatches, and it's like this poorly photoshopped AI slop of a panda bear with butterfly wings. It's a great fun game for the whole family to enjoy. Are you the people who invested in this are fucking idiots.
Logan's victims. He, of course, would say it's his business partner's fault. But remember, Jake and Eddie have been out of the picture for years. And yet, CryptoZoo hasn't been released, despite Logan constantly promising it, and of course, also threatening to sue me.
We're gonna handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo.
And I remember this video.
And I'll see you in court. By the time this comes out, it'll be done. The game's gonna be made. You're gonna have the opportunity to get your money back if you want, if you don't want to play the game. And I'm gonna take care of the people who made me look like this was a scam perpetrated by me.
Right. Logan wants to sue me and release a finished CryptoZoo game, but he's only done one of those. Since Logan can't blame his partners, Jake and Eddie, for this, because they've been out of the picture, do you think he'll take accountability for not launching CryptoZoo? No. This time, he blames the government. He says releasing CryptoZoo has too many regulatory hurdles.
What? As far as the game itself, unfortunately, it will not be released. I personally spent $400,000 to have it developed, and after this completion, it's nearly 2023, and some further due diligence. Unfortunately, there are too many regulatory hurdles. It's the government's fault. The satellite man has stopped Logan Paul from releasing CryptoZoo or refunding these people. It's the satellite man, chat. It's the satellite man. They won't allow Logan to release CryptoZoo, and they also ruined Tony's teeth. The satellite man has ruined both of these things.
Maybe they should have thought of that before multi-millions of dollars of Zoo tokens and eggs were sold. And now Logan would rather blame the government than take accountability.
The Jewish space lasers got him. Coffeezilla's allegation that Paul has wiped his hands of the abandoned the project was false. And Paul's team continued to try to get the project back on track all the way up to the release of Coffeezilla's CryptoZoo series. And after, in fact, Paul's team ultimately was able to successfully complete the development of the game in 2023, but only to eventually realize that it was not feasible for regulatory reasons that Paul had never previously been appraised. Oh my God.
Or if you let him keep talking, Logan might rant about internet reporters having too much responsibility.
These internet journalists, internet investigative reporters have way too much responsibility on their hands that is being mismanaged. And
you know what's great? I'm going to tell you. No, I can't tell that story. Doesn't matter. Just understand that anyone that has exposed Logan Paul is a blood enemy of his. You can kind of guess where I'm going with this, okay? Logan really, 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 really hates commentary channels or channels that do what Coffeezilla does. He has a blood oath hatred for these kinds of channels. How do I know that? I can't tell you. But it's the funniest goddamn thing I have ever heard in my entire life. It's the funniest shit I've ever heard. Just understand that Logan thinks about commentary channels and people that dislike him a lot. It is on his mind 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And he does not forgive. He does not forget. Okay? He does not forget. He does not. He'll remember things from 2016 to 2017 and the people that reported on that and that they are his enemies. Can you guess who I am talking about? Figure it out. And get in their face and say, I'm standing up to my bullies.
inappropriate way.
Guess who?
It's honestly funny to watch this guy whine about his problems, which you can barely hear over what sounds like a private jet. Which brings me to another problem Logan has. Part of any defamation case is damages, and proving someone has harmed your reputation. But isn't Logan richer than ever with Prime? And did he have a reputation to harm? His lawsuit shows comments calling Logan a scammer, possibly to suggest he's been hurt by my videos, but you have to have a reputation to lose one. And by the time of my reporting in question, Logan Paul was already accused of participating in multiple crypto pump and dump schemes. That article does not reference my work, so Logan had already had a reputation
Philip DeFranco.
as a scammer before my investigation, at least if you believe their allegations. So this lawsuit from beginning to end is groundless, meritless, frivolous, and Logan knows that because behind the scenes, in clips, he didn't want to get out. He's saying I'm thorough and good-hearted. But in public, he wants to sue me, silence me, and cost me money, because that's the one department where we both know he's got me beat. We might have facts. We might even have evidence. But he's got all the money and the lawyers.
See, that's the hard part with this. This is the difficult part with lawsuits like these, okay? You're dealing with somebody who has an infinite amount of money. I don't think you guys realize how much money Logan Paul has. And then he also moved to, what did he move to? I think he moved to the Virgin Islands. He moved to one of the Caribbean islands where taxes aren't that big of a fucking deal, mind you. His residency, yeah, he lives in Puerto Rico. His main residency is in Puerto Rico. You don't have to pay a lot in taxes down there, okay? Any rich person knows that if you go to those islands or Puerto Rico, you don't have to pay a lot in taxes. So Logan not only ran to a country that he pays little to no taxes on, he also has a budding drinking business with KSI worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He has WWE paychecks coming in. He is one of the biggest influencers of all time. Sponsors constantly. This dude has more money than most YouTubers that are super famous, other than maybe Mr. Beast, okay? This dude is up there in the upper echelons of millionaires. Coffeezilla is a dude who makes YouTube videos It gets the occasional sponsor here or there. Which one has more money? And which one can drag this out the furthest? It's Logan. Logan can drag this out till CoffeeZilla dies if he wants to.
And this is where I have to get to my one embarrassing mistake in all of this. See, my defense against rich people like Logan Paul is media insurance, for frivolous lawsuits. So when I was sued, I immediately called my insurance company to file a claim, so I wouldn't have to pay for it. But they told me they're not going to pay. They're trying to get out of covering us, using lawyers and fine print. It's a long story that I will be explaining on my second channel because insurance underwriting is very boring. But suffice to say,
insurance underwriting is the worst goddamn thing that you can ever go through in your entire life. It's ass. It's ass. It's straight ass. And especially when it comes to lawsuits, insurance underwriting sucks. Huge dick.
I got Dylan Danished. I may have even gotten scammed. I'm not quite sure. For now, the bottom line is we have to fight.
Do you think you just got scammed by your goddamn company? What?
Logan with our personal funds, which means I need to ask for your support. If you want to help and are able to help, there are 2 ways to contribute to our fight against Logan Paul.
I would say, as much as I respect Coffee, wait until that second video comes out. I want to see how the insurance underwriting worked, what happened with that company, all that stuff. Like, I am full-blown supporter of CoffeeZilla when it comes to the Logan Paul shit, right? But just be careful if you're going to donate.
Chris and Smaggle wedding
okay?
today.
Now, I will never accuse CoffeeZilla of scamming people for, like, a GoFundMe. But after the Keffel stuff, I am very, very wary of that stuff, okay? But let's hear him out. Maybe he'll show more evidence.
1, you can join our Patreon, which supports the channel. Or you can buy exclusive merch at CoffeeZilla.store, where we just released the...
Okay, so he's not doing a GoFundMe. Excuse me. I paused Andied. He just is asking for Patreon support and buying merch. Okay, that's fair.
CoffeeZilla defense drop. That's right. Life hands you lawsuits. You get rejected by your insurance. Make merch. So here's the deal. These shirts will be available for pre-order for only the next 14 days, and 100% of profits we make from selling them will go to this lawsuit. If for some weird reason there's money left over, it will be dedicated to future legal costs for this channel. I just want to let you know they're available, and it's a cool way to support the lawsuit while also getting something in return. I didn't want to...
It is cool merch.
Just set up a GoFundMe. So if you want to do that, just know pre-orders take a few weeks to get done because we make them after you order. And remember, you have 14 days. And you can get that at CoffeeZilla.store. I'll link that below. It's CoffeeZilla.store. All right, now we're going to shift gears and talk about the final part of this lawsuit. Why did Logan Paul sue me now? It's been over a year since he apologized and thanked.
I could guess why, okay? I could guess why. I really could guess why. Let me guess. Let me guess before I pause Andy him. Let me just guess, okay? Because within a year, the news cycle has already moved on to other things. Other things that are considered more important in the eyes of the internet. And Logan knows that. Logan knows that. Logan knows how the YouTube news cycle works. Okay? He knows. Within a year, he knows that there's not going to be a lot more support for Coffee like there was initially. I'll never guess why. Really?
Thank you, CoffeeZilla. I am very grateful for your work and your investigation. And I mean that. Thank you, bro.
It might seem strange, but I've got some fun facts for you that may or may not be related. Did you know 6 days before the lawsuit, I had featured Logan Paul in a teaser for a video? Did you know 21 hours before the lawsuit, I had texted Logan for comment? Did you know I told him he had 24 hours to respond, and Logan sued me 3 hours before the deadline? Yep, that's right. Logan's lawyers then threatened me in that lawsuit email that if I report on this new story, Logan might hold me accountable. And Logan's definition of accountability seems to mean he'll sue me, which is why I believe
he gave notice. He gave notice for this situation. He gave notice. How do you sue for that? He gave you a 24-hour window to respond. If you're somebody that has been exposed by this guy before and you believe all this shit is fake, you would try to, show the proof, right? Why sue him? It's probably, and in my opinion, based on Logan Paul's track record, that whatever Coffee's talking about next, Liquid Marketplace, was also defined as a scam.
Texted Logan for comment? Did you know I told him he had 24 hours to respond, and Logan sued me 3 hours before the deadline? Yep, that's right. Logan's lawyers then threatened me in that lawsuit email that if I report on this new story, Logan might hold me accountable. And Logan's definition of accountability seems to mean he'll sue me, which is why I believe this lawsuit was not designed to win, but to shut me up, to threaten me, using Logan's wealth and a federal court system without anti-slap to send a message. Do not tell that story. Of course, I don't believe that's the only reason I was sued. Clearly, Logan wanted to sue me for a while, but I believe this new investigation played a role in pulling the trigger. Maybe Logan's team will deny this. Maybe they'll say it's coincidence they sued 3 hours before a deadline. Maybe it's coincidence I announced a story about Logan 6 days before, and maybe it's coincidence that Logan's lawyers threatened me about this new story while suing me for the last story that I hadn't discussed in 6 months. But I don't think so. Either way, when someone threatens new reporting in a lawsuit about old reporting, the effect is the same. So, what was this new story? Well, it's partly about a Canadian law enforcement investigation, and it's partly about something I told Logan to help him. Yes, believe it or not, I tried to help Logan Paul. To explain, we need to go back to when CryptoZoo first got exposed. Logan said he was going to sue me, but got backlash. So he called me.
He got a lot of backlash. I remember that. That video was taken down within like 24 hours. And he tried doing like a knockoff. He tried to make it cute where he was like, I'm doing my own CoffeeZilla expose video. He tried to be cute as shit about it, right? I remember that video. He tried. He really tried and just fell flat on his face. That's why the video was deleted. Plus, he threatened to sue someone for something that was obviously a abandoned project that wasn't going to meet the necessary needs to refund these people's back. Okay?
Me to apologize. He said he was wrong and wanted to make things right. I made it clear refunds are the absolute right move going forward, and to my surprise,
oh no, I'm not surprised at all. It's just really funny.
he agreed. 100%, man.
Wait, what? Based on the first two videos, I just want to restate that I said in call, though, I think this change in direction is 100% the right call. Not for me or you, but the actual people affected by this. Refunds are the absolute right move going forward. 100%, man. We're on the same page, bro fist. What a snake. What a Weasley little liar, dude. What a Weasley little liar, dude.
We're on the same page. But we weren't. Logan now doesn't use the word refund. He calls this a buyback. But at the time, I need you to understand, I thought Logan was going to announce a full refund, so began trying to help him. And dare I say, I was even nice to the guy. You can see that I tried to offer people who might be able to trace.
Yeah, I want to read these. Follow up on our conversation of refunds for victims and who might be able to do it from a technical perspective. The owner of Blank and I talked today. He said his team might be up for it and interested. They do blockchain tracing and investigations. On Telegram, his handle is Blank. This is just one option. I was light on details, as I'm sure you'd want to explain yourself, but feel free to follow up if you want.
Blockchain damages to refund people. And in the same spirit, I made Logan aware of potential problems at a different company he co-owned called Liquid Marketplace.
On a platform that I co-founded called Liquid Marketplace, it allows co-ownership of top-tier assets. So instead of one person, me owning this card, we as a collective can co-own it together.
What kind of idiot actually invests in that shit? You don't even have access to the item. Why would you buy a portion of said item that Logan Paul owns? Why would you do that? Are you retarded? Like, I get it. We're supposed to feel bad for the victims, blah, 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 blah. We're supposed to feel bad. Just like the boogie people, I really don't feel bad if you are the kind of dipshit that is going to pay for something that Logan Paul owns. A portion of the item. Oh! I don't feel bad for any of these people. They're complete idiots. Idiots, bro. Idiots.
Was a fractionalized collectible platform where Logan sold things like roughly half of a $5 million Pokemon card. The idea was you could buy tokens that represented partial ownership in rare collectibles. That video, by the way, got 8 million views, and a lot of people bought into this platform. The problem was I'd heard troubling stories about this company, and I was trying to verify if the claims were true. So I had gone to the CEO, Ryan Bahadori, to ask him questions, but he kept dodging meetings. And I don't mean he refused meeting with me. I mean, we would set up meetings and then he did not show up. So I was troubled. And I brought this up to Logan. I figured if he's going to make one company right, make them all right. Otherwise, it might come back to bite him. I mean, can you imagine the disaster if another one of Logan Paul's co-founded companies was discovered to have scammed his fans? Hypothetically, that would be a very bad look. So I'm thinking, while he refunds CryptoZoo, Logan can push the CEO to talk with me, and I can figure out the truth. Maybe Logan can fix it if there's something wrong. And you can see Logan responds to me. He says, gonna push Ryan to talk to you. Again, appreciate it, man.
Dude, Coffee must be like the nicest person ever, bro. Because if I was getting these text messages from Logan Paul and all of his like representatives and his team members, and they're all dodging me, and then Logan's like, don't worry, bro, I'll definitely get a hold of him. Bro, you're too nice. You're too nice. It was apparent from the boogie conversation that you don't really know how to handle these like influencer retards, where they're just the most evil, spineless pieces of human shit imaginable. I've become black-pilled on influencers very recently, like full-blown black-pilled. I think every one of us are just the worst fucking people now. Like, I have become full-blown black-pilled. If somebody is dodging shit, right, when you are trying to be nice, instead of them immediately doing something, or like, let's say, putting it off, which happens, but if they turn around and don't provide anything over an extended period of time, they're snaking you.
Now, I don't hear back from Ryan or Logan about this, so after a while I follow up again. I say, let me know if Ryan plans on talking. A lot of nasty stories still out there about Liquid Marketplace, embezzlement, etc., and he's dodged meeting me already once. Now, obviously, the most shocking part of this is the word embezzlement. I need to make it clear. This is not an accusation. I am not accusing Logan Paul or Liquid Marketplace of wrongdoing. I brought it up in our texts because it is my job to investigate unverified claims. That's the whole point of me wanting to meet with the CEO, but I was stonewalled. Logan never replied, despite me reminding him again via email 5 months later that I wanted to talk to Ryan about, quote, embezzlement and, quote, potential fraud. Once again, not accusing anyone of wrongdoing, I'm simply doing my job at the time to chase down rumors and unverified claims. Without concrete proof, I would have never talked about any of this. But on June 19th, 2024, things changed because the Ontario Securities Commission revealed a Liquid Marketplace investigation where they accused Liquid Marketplace of being a multi-layered fraud, taking in...
You're shitting me, right? Logan can't help himself. Like, be a part of these scams. He can't help himself. He can't help himself. Oh, well, controversy just follows me around. I don't even do anything wrong anymore. Logan, you get involved with this shit way too much for it to be a coincidence that you are now a part of another scam that you had no idea about.
$2.7 million from the sale of these fractionalized collectibles. The platform allegedly did not do exactly what it promised. Some of the blockchain tokens did not even mint. But even worse was the allegation that approximately $3 million was misappropriated from $10 million they raised of investor funds.
What? LPM and its principals, the respondents, have perpetrated a fraud on investors in two ways. First, the respondents raised over $10 million by selling common shares, promissory notes, and LPM to investors located primarily in Canada and the U.S. share and note purchasers from these funds. And respondents misappropriated $3 million. $3 million, including through hidden payments to shell companies for the personal enrichment of the MPL principles. Is Logan a part of the MPL principles? That will be interesting to find out.
First was the allegation that approximately $3 million was misappropriated from $10 million they raised of investor funds. This is a very similar claim to the one I had tried.
Guys, Logan is just... Listen, I'm going to be good faith to Logan Paul. He just ended up getting, he ended up just being scam adjacent again. Guys, come on. We have to feel bad for Logan. He knows how to take accountability. He's just scam adjacent. He didn't mean for this to happen like the CryptoZoo shit. He didn't mean this to happen like the Dictoid stuff. Oh, poor Logan Paul. Poor multimillionaire Logan Paul, who's never done anything wrong in his entire life, is now scam adjacent again for the third time in a row. Oh, don't sue me, Logan.
Tried to verify. Ryan Bahadori, the guy I tried to speak to,
I don't have enough money for you to sue me.
was accused of, quote, making hidden payments to shell corporations without any legitimate business purpose, as were two other of the founders. And Ryan was accused of, quote, using company credit cards to buy high-end fashion, expensive jewelry and watches, personal health and luxury.
Stop. These people that run these crypto sites, dude, they can't help themselves. They are greedy motherfuckers. They are greedy.
Free spa services. If only there was someone who could have investigated this sooner. Now, it is really important to say Logan Paul is not accused by the OSC. Only 3 of his co-founders and his company is. But given the history, I had questions. After all, Logan's promotional video about Liquid Marketplace is still up. And the reason many people cared about Liquid Marketplace at all was arguably Logan Paul. So, here were my questions. And as I read this, it's important to correct. I say Liquid Marketplace got accused of it.
Liquid Marketplace got accused of embezzlement. So wait a minute. So then why? So Logan's trying to sue him over the Liquid Marketplace stuff. Logan isn't an owner of Liquid Marketplace? That's what's happening? Is that what's happening? But he's suing on... He's suing due to the questions asked about Liquid Marketplace. He is a co-owner. Okay. As did 3 of the top executives. Given that I spoke with you about these allegations over a year ago, I wanted to ask for your comment. I can give you 24 hours to respond. Did you take any action on hearing these allegations over a year ago? Did you get approached by the Ontario Securities Commission? Is it true that Liquid Marketplace lied about their claims of insurance appeals and co-ownership as the Ontario Securities Commission has alleged?
Technically, the OSC alleged misappropriation of funds. Those are similar. They're not the same, so I wanted to correct that. But here's what I asked. Quote, did you take any action on hearing these allegations over a year ago? Did you get approached by the Ontario Securities Commission? And is it true that Liquid Marketplace lied about their claims of insurance, appraisals, and co-ownership as the Ontario Securities Commission alleges? You can see I gave him 24 hours to respond on June 26th at 2:03 p.m. And I was promptly sued June 27th at 11:28 a.m.
Damn, bro, 3 hours. Come on.
With roughly 3 hours to spare. Now, I want to be clear. I don't know the answers to the questions I sent. Maybe Logan secretly whistleblew to the OSC when I first went to him. I don't know. That's why you ask questions as a reporter. But now the story is not about those questions. It's about why I was sued immediately after asking them and threatened if I reported about Liquid Marketplace in a way they didn't like. This is not how I wanted this story to come out, because there's still so much we don't know and so much I can't say now for legal reasons. Maybe Logan's totally innocent. Maybe he surrounded himself with scumbags who defrauded his fans. Maybe he'll do a refund for...
Yeah, but he did that with CryptoZoo too. But he was also like the main owner of CryptoZoo. Promoted the shit out of it. How many times is Logan gonna get involved in a fucking potential scam until we just outright say it? Logan is cool with these companies that are shady as shit. Like, he is either willfully ignorant or allegedly he's totally cool with these companies. What charitability could I give Logan Paul at this point?
this project. I don't know, because I never got the chance to find out. I tried.
Yeah, these companies keep grooming Logan Paul to be a part of their scams.
I tried to investigate, but I was stonewalled and sued when I asked questions. Make no mistake, though, this investigation is still ongoing, and you can reach me at the email below if you were affected. I will release my full investigation when it's appropriate, because even if Logan doesn't want to answer questions, it doesn't mean I have to stop asking them. So in summary, Logan's lawsuit is not about my original reporting into CryptoZoo. Even if you take this lawsuit on its own without context, it's an argument over Logan not refunding victims in full. It's Logan insisting he's not to blame. It's all his business partner's fault. But I don't think that aligns with the publicly known facts. That's my opinion. For years, Logan has controlled CryptoZoo, and yet the game is still not out. Logan is now blaming the government for that instead of himself, and he also blames—
It's the Jews. It's the Jewish space lasers that won't allow Logan Paul to refund CryptoZoo holders.
me for losing his good reputation, but you can't lose something you never had. Not to mention,
It's
Logan
the
is arguing richer than
Jews!
ever, and he's on the record finding my reporting thorough and good-hearted. So this defamation lawsuit feels frivolous even on the surface. But if you dig deeper, there's an even more compelling story, which I personally believe, where the goal is to—
Jesus fucking Christ, Chris. According to Logan, it's the government, Xylee. The government, with their Jewish space lasers, won't allow Logan Paul to refund the CryptoZoo holders, Xylee. It's the Jews. The Zionists got a hold of Logan Paul. It's never Logan's fault, Xylee. It's never, ever Logan's fault. It's either the government, his business partners, the Jewish media, commentary channels, Keemstar. It's all those faults. It's all of their faults. It's never Logan's. It's never Logan's.
crush new investigations while taking revenge on old ones. In this version, Logan might not even care about winning. Legal battles are expensive, and in the world of money, he's got me beat. So he can try to silence me by weaponizing the law, he can sue me for doing my job, he can sue me for asking questions, and he can sue me for asking for refunds. But it's going to—
One big ball against Logan. Exactly. Exactly. Remember, he doesn't— Xylee, remember, he doesn't forget. He doesn't forget, and he wants to stand up to his bullies. You know what I'm talking about. You fucking know what I'm talking about.
backfire, because I—
That's the funniest thing I've ever been told in my life, and I just want to leak it.
think it reveals Logan as a bully rather than someone who's truly sorry. Logan may be a master at convincing people he's changed, but I'm convinced it's the follow-through where things—
Xylee leads the cabal. Aiko is right. I'm not— No, she doesn't lead the cabal. I know who leads the cabal, and it's nobody you're going to be able to guess.
go wrong. You know, the actually changing part. There was a time where even I believed Logan was going to fully refund victims. That's why I was so nice to him and tried to help despite him threatening to sue me. But when it came time to pay up, Logan chose a minority refund and to fight the rest of the victims.
Yeah, you don't lead the cabal. I know who leads the cabal. It's the Jews.
In court who wanted their money. And when I complained about that, Logan went from sorries and thank yous to lawyers and I'm suing you real quick. The irony is, it was that same initial belief in Logan's capacity to change that also made me bring up Liquid Marketplace to help stop potential problems. And yet here we are. The company is now accused of being a multi-layered—
Listen, we had to sell the cabal to Mossad so that they could release Augie RFC. He has been held in an internment camp for a year. He needs to be let out. So we sold the cabal to the Jewish media.
fraud by the OSC. And the CEO, who I tried to talk to multiple times, is alleged to have misappropriated money.
Don't you see? It wasn't Keffels that scammed the audience at 100K. It was the companies that lied to Logan. So true.
This is despite me trying to talk to Logan directly many times as he asked.
Maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out to me, personally. Not my manager, Jeff, who is not me, Steven.
Well, I did try to reach out personally, and I got sued and threatened a day later. That, I think, says a lot about Logan's supposed change and his belief in accountability. Maybe the person he really believes in accountability for is not himself, but me, specifically when I try to get accountability from him. If you want to support this lawsuit, the best way—
Which, shout out, if you guys want to support Coffee, you're more than welcome to. I would say until he puts out that second channel video about the exact reasoning as to why his current law firm or insurance company won't cover this. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you check out that second video first, in my opinion. That's just me. Okay.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you, Core, for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the LOLcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there, and we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often, so make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.